everyone, and welcome back to the MUTU web series. I am Ashley Snyder with the Event Management Office. Jessica Erickson is back with me today, and our guest today is Letitia Kennemer. So Letitia, if you could just give us a brief introduction and tell us a little bit about the Workspace and some of the other programs that you do.
Hey, thanks for having me on today. So I'm the arts programmer at the Memorial Union, and one of the things that takes up most of my time that I love the most is the Workspace. It's a place in the building that's been here since 1969, I think. And it's a group of art studios where you can come in and take classes or workshops. You can get studio passes to work on your own, or you can come do walking crafts and paint your own pottery. It's open to anyone, so you don't have to be Iowa State affiliated to come, but we do have a little bit of a discount for students.
Perfect. And maybe for our audience, can you try to explain where the Workspace is? I know that's a huge question we get from people who come in the building.
Yes, it's a little hard to find, but totally worth it. So we're in the east basement of the building. There's a stairwell and an elevator that goes down to the Workspace on the east side, which is the side with the flagpole, if you're familiar. And once you get downstairs, you'll see our door. We have lots of signage down there, and you come right in. So we do also have an exterior door into the Workspace, also on the east side. That one seems to be a little bit harder for people to find, but once you find it, you'll come down to this little secret oasis, and you'll want to keep coming back.
Yes, for sure. You mentioned a few of the services and classes that you offer in the Workspace. Can you tell us a little bit more about how people can engage with the Workspace and utilize some of those resources and services, maybe whether that's AIM students or community members?
Sure, yeah. We like having the classes because people can learn, delve into just a little bit of something and see if they like it. One of the things that we offer in the classes is we have all the supplies ready for people. So you don't have to go out and buy a whole set of oil paints and canvas and all that stuff and then take a class and be like, well, that was okay, but I don't really want to do that anymore. We'd rather have you try out. We have supplies available, and then you say, oh yeah, I'm going out and getting my own stuff because I want to go further in this. We are unique in that we have a full ceramic studio with pottery wheels. So one of the places that is most used for just open studio time is our ceramic studio. We have a lot of classes in that area, but we have a lot of regulars that come in just to throw pottery and use that space. It's hard to have a pottery wheel and a kiln and all that stuff in your own home. So we love that people come down to do that. In addition, we do a lot of special events. So we've done events for 2,000 people, and we've done events for 6 people. So we can usually find a craft or activity that you can do as a group, whether you want something with a lot of instruction or just some basic supplies and something easy that is just relaxing and fun for your group. So we have quite a few reservations that we do with different clubs and organizations. Different organizations from off campus will come in as well, things like that. So we hope to be able to reach people not only in the Workspace, but also outside of the Workspace.
Well, that was the perfect segue into our next question. Can you talk about some of the programs that you host in the Memorial Union throughout the year and kind of the ways that you collaborate with the other Memorial Union staff for those programs?
Sure. I try to have most of the classes in the Workspace, but there are some that don't work as well down there, such as belly dance or ukulele lessons or things like that. So we'll often reserve a room in the building for them to have sort of a private area to maybe practice playing the ukulele and things like that. So we do work with our event management office. We work with you guys all the time on figuring out rooms and holding space that hopefully works in the schedule for both us, you, and the instructor. We also have a couple bigger events. So we have Art Mart every year. It's an annual art sale that happens. It's biannual actually. It happens in the spring and in the fall. So we sell artwork that's made in the Workspace and some that's made by Workspace instructors. It's a fundraiser for us, and it does mean that we have to take one of the nice big rooms for a couple days. So there's quite a bit of setup involved with our general service staff and some logistics to figure out. But I think a lot of those annual events, you just kind of figure it out, and then every year you make it a little bit easier, a little bit better.
Yes, for sure. I was just thinking about, I think it was last year, Jessica and I took the wall weaving class down in the Workspace, and that was just so much fun, like you said, to try out a new craft and see if you like it. And I know I've made a few since then, so it's definitely a great opportunity to try something new and get creative. Can you tell us a little bit about how the Workspace has adapted to best serve the community in this time of social distancing with COVID-19?
Sure. Yeah, this is hard because part of the one of the best things about the Workspace is that it's a community studio. So there's all different types of people down there at the same time working together, or maybe they're not working together, but they see somebody else making something and, you know, establishing connections with new people. So to have to isolate during this time, it's been kind of tricky. What we've done is we've tried to stay pretty active on social media. At the very beginning, I was trying to post a new craft for every day with things that you might already have at home so that you don't have to go out and buy anything. We've still done some of that, and we've still highlighted some different artists to just, you know, get engaged with looking at artwork by different people. But the biggest thing we've done is the art to go kits. And so I had this idea that people could purchase a kit. I would have all the supplies in it, and then I would just deliver it to their doorstep. Or if they lived in Ames, I'm not driving like all over the place, but otherwise they can come to the MU and pull up and during certain hours, and then we can rent it out to their car. So I sort of took on the restaurant approach of that, like pickup or you know, delivery to my door. And I didn't exactly know what I was doing when I started, so I just started anyway and said, okay, this is what I'm going to try to do. And so it's been super successful, especially at the beginning. I think there were a lot of parents with kids at home that didn't plan on working from home and didn't plan on having their kids not in school. And it gave another opportunity for something that they could engage in. Something new would come. I think everybody likes unboxing in a way. So we try to have everything so that people don't need to have like even glue. Like we'll provide the glue for everything, you know, so that everything is in this neat little package. We've done some painting bisque. We started with that, but we also have some craftier things. We did some decoupage. We have a card making kit. We have a birdhouse kit right now. We have a painting kit. So I've just been using the things that I find that I have extra supplies of in the Workspace and thinking, okay, what kit can I make this into? And then I do that, and then I sell it. And then when I run out, I try to find a new one. So I've learned a lot. I don't have a super scientific approach to it since it's the first time I've done it, but I think I have it down pretty well on how to do it quickly and efficiently.
Yes, we've been so impressed with how much people have loved the art to go kits, and we love the whole reuse, reduce, recycle approach of just reusing some of your supplies that you kind of already had in the Workspace and just bringing that into people's homes. That's so special. And I think that if you have the time and staff and energy to continue it, even when the Workspace opens, I think a lot of people would continue using that service. So very cool. Talk to us about some of the other arts related things you do in the Memorial Union.
I also do the art exhibits here. And with that, we have a permanent collection of artwork. We have around 300 pieces. The collection started around 1930, I believe. And so we have a beautiful collection that spans many years of different types of artists. A lot of that artwork is up in the building, in the meeting rooms, in the hallways. So when you see those pieces, those are all pieces that we have purchased from the artist or been gifted from the artist. we changed those around in the summer a little bit, not this summer because of COVID and everything. We also have an art lending program where you can rent art for a semester or a year. It's open to anyone. You don't have to be an Iowa State person. And we have that open house coming up actually the beginning of August where people can come in and pick out artwork. And then I do art exhibits, which is another kind of big area of my job. So we do exhibits of solo artists, sometimes some group shows. We do a number of student related shows. So we'll have juried exhibits where students can submit their work and an outside artist chooses pieces that will be included in the show. And there's award winners, and we usually have a purchase award from those shows. So we're able to buy a piece from a student and add it to our permanent collection with each juried show we have. So that's kind of a great way to mesh those two programs together. So yeah, we always have exhibits. We always have something for people to do in the arts at the Memorial Union, even if it's just walking around the building or even walking outside and looking at the permanent or art on campus collection that's around the building, like the Zodiac that's right inside the north doors, or the Cyclone that's outside the south side, or the Four Seasons Fountain, which is in every Iowa State picture at some point that you collect. So yeah.
Yes, I know. I personally really look forward to seeing all the art in the building, the exhibits, and even the art that we have in our office spaces. We get spoiled because we have rotating art. I think it's every year you change it out every summer. So we are definitely spoiled with all the awesome artwork throughout the building. Do you have any advice for people on how they can stay creative or engaged during this time?
It's hard. It can be really hard. I can talk about what I've done personally as an artist myself. The dream is I just want to be home and be able to work in my art studio and just create art all day. And I'm home, and for some reason I'm not doing it. And there's so much going on in the world right now that it is hard to focus on creating or know what direction you want to go, or should I make something that's timely, that's happening right now, or there's all these questions that are difficult. And so what I started doing was I made up a activity for me to do with restrictions. So I started making cards because I was also trying to reach out to people when all this started. And I limited myself to, it was like a collage, and I limited myself to 5 different pieces of paper that I could include on that card. And so it was a lot of cutting up paper and sorting paper and kind of arranging paper, but that was very relaxing, at least for me. And sort of meditative. It gave me something to do, and then I would make a card and then I would send it to somebody, and I didn't create a masterpiece. I just made a little card, So I think, taking it back from I have to create this huge painting, or I want to try to learn this complete new skill while I'm doing this. You can do something pretty simple, and it kind of feeds that creative part of you, which I think helps calm your brain, which I think helps calm your body. And, I think it has lasting effects. So that's one way. The art kits are another great way. If you really are like, I don't know what to do at all, grab an art kit or go online and find a tutorial on Pinterest or something. And, like I did one at home with my family of drawing a chipmunk, and mine was terrible, but it was hilarious and it was totally fun. So I think getting away from it has to be something really great in the end, and just enjoying the process of it is a good way to kind of stay creative and engaged right now.
That is really great advice. And for anyone that's looking for some of those fun little at-home doodles, like Letitia said, go check out the Workspace on Facebook or Instagram. They have posted a lot of different crafts. You might have to scroll down a bit, but I know they posted some fun just drawing ones that were really relaxing and meditative, like she was saying, that I did couple weeks ago. So you can always find them there. But thank you, Letitia, so much for joining us. It was so great to hear from you and all of the amazing programs you're doing in the Memorial Union and how you're connecting with the community. I think the Workspace is probably the best department that shows the connection just between the Memorial Union students and the Ames community. So We really appreciate you and thank you for joining. So we will see everybody next week on our next episode of MUTU.